Hey guys, Bob Canada, how are you? I'm pretty new to avini, but I'm going to take a crack at going over this trinary compensation plan. It's a one-page sheet, and if you're on my site, incomegenerators.biz, the download for this chart is, I think, right below, right above the video, right below the video, I believe. So print it out because it's easy to reference on a one page. I'm going to go over just a few things I added to it that's not on the chart that I downloaded from the company because I can't add to it. Okay. So um, it's not that complicated. So for the first thing is make sure you blow this video up a little right hand corner because I want you to be able to see these numbers as best you can. Okay. So matter of fact, I'm even going to put some glasses on because they're even blown up. It's a little small. Okay. So guys, I love this compensation plan. When you got the products that Avini has, you lay it on with this 5 ways to get paid, one page compensation plan. It's really not that difficult to discuss. So the first thing I'm going to go over with you is if you print this out, what they don't have on here is the first 2 ways to get paid. So write this down, okay? 20% retail profit, unless you're a distributor or rep with the company. And as you know, you have to buy a starter pack to come on to get positioned in the grid. You're a customer. For all the people that are in your organization, they have like a customer pod. These are the people that buy, have their own website, but they're buying attached to that distributor and they're paying retail. So if a product, the 20% difference. So if a product costs you as a wholesale rep $50, what's 20%? It's going to be, it might fluctuate a little, but it's going to be about $60 to that retail customer. Now, of course, doctors' offices and such will love that because they want to make the retail profit, of course. So there's a 20% retail profit on products that anything buys off of your website. Right? They can, I believe they get their own. Yeah, I believe they get their own retail website, but they're attached to you as the distributor. Okay. What's the second way we get paid? Fast start bonuses. Remember the kits that you get so much value on, and you have to buy one to be able to be in the grid. They got the 299 kit, and that remember, there's ones that are just cell defenders, or they have a bunch of other products. Great value. The 299 kit. How do you get a fast start bonus? Anyone you enroll that comes in with the 299, you get this is paid weekly. You get $100. If they come in with the 499 kit, you get $170. If they come in with the 999 kit, you get $335. If you do the math on your fast start bonus, it takes 3 people and you recover all the money you paid for those initial kits. And of course, you get all the product you got pretty much for free, right? Just got to enroll 3 people at your kit size or larger, and you're all set. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter if you come in with the small kit and you bring in someone with the 999 kit, you're going to get $335. You just paid for your kit with one person. Think about that. Okay. So that's the first 2 ways. Everything else is going to, the payouts are going to be on your team commissions, your one-time bonus when you rank up bonus, and then your, we call it check match, okay? A percentage of what your personals make. We're going to go over that. So let's go through this chart. I want you to understand it. It's really not that confusing. So these are your, let me move this up a little bit. Okay, I don't know if it's in the way. These are what ranks. And these are, just so you know, everything's on this chart, goes from silver to black diamond. Within each rank, there's 3 levels: apprentice, director, executive. Same, apprentice, director, executive. It's based on certain amount of qualifying volume. We'll talk about that in a second. Personal volume. This is what you have to do yourself by purchasing, or your customers hand in hand. Your personal production, you and your own customers, right? I wouldn't, I think with these products, guys, you and your family can easily do 100 points a month. Now, points are dollar for dollar in this business. So to do 100 personal volume, it's $100. Pretty simple. Okay. That could be 2 products, maybe 3 products, whatever it may be. And you can get paid on the level you're at only when you get to a higher rank. See, I love this a plan that says, look, we want you to eventually to do 200. You probably do that right out of the gate with these products, but we want everyone to participate, get paid, and then we raise the bar a little bit. That's fair. So you can get paid at these commission levels just by doing $100 a month. Then the highest it ever goes is 200 a month personal volume. These are your customers. Okay, these are your distributors. To get paid in these lower ranks, you just need 1 rep, then 2, and eventually 3, and then it goes as high as you want to make more money. You have to unroll customers. These are retail customers. Yeah, guys, if you're leaving this money on the table, and you say, oh, I can't find a retail customer, they all want to join. Put someone in as a retail customer, right, and pay the difference for them if you had to. My point is, all you got to do is enroll 8 retail customers to hit the top of the chart. Same thing with distributors. It matches it up even for even. For the lower levels, 1 rep, 2 reps, 3 reps. This is a 3. We're going to talk about the volume in a second, but this is a 3 wide trinary. Means it goes down to infinity, but you only have 3 people on your front line. Everyone else has to go below those 3 initial people. So even though you're only building 3 legs, to get paid fully on the compensation, you have to enroll 8, and these are active people. They come in with a kit, but they're also doing their activity. They're basically the 100 a month, or it goes higher if it has to get to be considered active reps. Most people that you enroll are going to want to do the business, right? If they're in as reps, and they're going to get on auto ship with their credit card, and they're going to be active. Or if someone drops off, you got to replace them. But anywhere from 1, the maximum is 8 distributors, and you can make $1 million a year in this business. Okay. Now, so you got the customers, you got the reps, and these are how many legs. Remember, I said the most you can go is 3 wide. You can actually start earning, which is 2 wide, but pretty much the comp plan is based on building 3 people wide. Okay. Now, here's the first way we get paid. Qualifying volume is tied to your team commissions. It's real simple, guys. 1, 2, 3. Anyone else you bring in goes under those. Everybody that those people bring in, right? It's going to be, you have 3 legs. All the activity. Those people tell people, tell people, tell people. Those people tell customers who have customers who have more. All the activity in your entire organization is what qualifying volume is. So, just divide. Remember, you have customers, you have people. Some people, the reps are going to do 500 a month in personal production between them and their customers. Some people are going to do 2,000 a month. Some people are just going to do 100 or 200 a month. Okay, it's all aggregated. It's all tied together. When your entire team does from 500 all the way down to 250, that's 2,500,000. I'm sorry, right? 175,000. Guys, this isn't that much. Just divide by the average rep doing, say, 200 a month between them and their customers. Do the math, okay? Divide these numbers by $200 each, and you'll see how many reps you need in your business, okay? I don't think I did that, but just have a exercise. Guys, I had 10, 30, 40,000 people in my last business. You don't need that many, okay? Just do the math, okay? Now, this simply means, guys, on your 3 legs, first, remember, you only need 2 legs here. You could be heavy. You don't have to have balanced businesses. You could have as much as 70%, 60% as this goes down on your bigger, they allow you to have a bigger leg, especially up front. Then it evens out a little bit more, 50%, 38, 12. And they actually show you, because these are actual pay numbers, commissions you're going to get every month. There's not fluctuation to this. When you're at 4,000 a month and you have a balance of no more, no, I'm sorry. The maximum leg you can have. Now, if you're over that, it's okay, as long as the maximum you can have is 2,800 to come from one leg. If the other leg could have as low as 200, but you're going to be more in balance. Okay, so you can't, basically saying you can't have all this $4,000 of volume on one leg. You have to have a split of no more than 70%, 25, and 5. Okay, you can have balanced across, but the highest you can have is 70, and the lowest you can have is 5%. Okay, so you can't have one order. You got to have at least 5% of your volume coming from the smallest leg. Extremely fair. Okay, and it shows you the max leg, shows you the weak leg. Here's the team commissions. Okay, when you do 500 a month, you're making $60 a month. Okay, look, this is the team commissions all the way down to $160,000 a month in team commissions. Okay, that's the top of the pay scale, $160,000 a month. Pretty crazy money, right? Now, I want to show you something before we get into the matching bonus. I wrote this on the side of my chart, and you can do the same. I'm just going to spit them out for you. Okay, what I love, and you can write it right here on the side, each silver, gold. Okay, if you do the math, if you divide 1,500 and you make $180 commission, that's 12%. So the company is actually giving you a bigger, think about making 12% off of everybody's purchases down to infinity. Isn't that crazy? Now, the second level, gold, 12%. Write it right in there, this box. The third, down here, 11%. It gets a little less because you're making more money, guys. Look, you're making crazy money when you start getting down to these numbers here. So they give you a higher percent because they want to pay as much as possible in the beginning, and then it goes lower. Okay, off of, if you divide this much volume by 160,000, it's down to 6%. But guys, you have a problem with making. Imagine if you had a business where every single person in your whole entire organization, that's what you have, by the way, everything they buy, sell, use, consume, you're making 6% of that purchase. Doesn't matter. You don't even know these people. They're in every country all over the planet, and you're getting 6%. That's at the lowest. So let me just read these off to you in case you want to mark it down. 12%, 12%, 11%, 10%, 9% at Emerald. Okay, I'm the right thing. 8, and it goes a little lower at the lowest rank on Diamond. It does drop to 7. 7% at White Diamond, 7% at Blue Diamond, and 6% at Black Diamond. Do you understand how crazy money that is? From 12 to 6% of every dollar purchased in your whole entire organization. That's what the volume in ratio to your team commissions. Okay. Unbelievable plan, goes down to infinity, no level cutoffs. Every dollar is calculated to pay you these team commissions when you hit that rank. Okay, so if you're an apprentice Emerald, means you're doing 35,000 a month. If you do the math, you're making $3,250 a month. Right? What I say, Emerald? That is a 9% commission, because 3,500 would be 10%. So that's a 9% commission at Emerald. You follow how simple this is? It's not complicated, guys. I'll take 9% off what my whole entire group does. I don't even know 99% of those people. Everything they buy and sell and use, and I'm getting 9%. You understand? People don't make money like that in corporate America. They get paid off their own efforts. When people say, I don't like that stuff, you got to have your head, go get your head examined. Okay. If you don't like making 9% or 12 to 6% off of everybody's purchases in a company that'll be doing $1 billion a year, billions of dollars a year in sales, then again, get your head examined. Okay. I'm sorry. I can't help you. We got, uh, uh, derangement syndrome, multi-level network marketing derangement syndrome. Okay, I don't want to get political, but there's another type of derangement syndrome I use. Okay, now last two things. Fast, you get this one time. Okay, it's a rank up bonus. When you hit silver executive, which is this much volume, okay, first time you hit it, this is what you get. This. I think when you get into these bigger ranks, they break it into the first and second time you hit it, you get half and half. But basically, you can make a $50,000 bonus when you hit Black Diamond Ambassador. Pretty crazy, okay? It's a one-time payout. Now, this can be as much money as what you make in the team commissions, because this what you got to write these numbers down, because again, it's not on this chart. Okay, when you hit the level of Sapphire Apprentice, the matching bonus kicks in. It goes all the way through the rest of the comp plan. Write this down: 7% on all your personals. What does that mean? Every single person you bring in, remember, you have 3 on your front line, and one of those could be a spillover. Remember, what you have to understand about this plan is the people above you can only have 3 people on their front line. Everyone else who goes below, that could end up in your organization. So there's what we call a spillover effect. But either way, everyone you bring in, whether on your front line or somewhere down your group, those are your personals. So they're going to be in the tree, but there's a second graph that you can look at in your back office. It's called your enroller lineage, and that's all the people you bring in, you'll see across your front line. So if you bring in 10 people, yes, they'll be down in your tree in the trinary, but there's a tracking system to track your check match bonuses based on what? How many people you brought in on your front line. You get 7% of whatever they're earning. So if you have someone earning $5,000 a month, okay, at Executive Emerald, they're making $5,000 a month, you're getting 7% of that. Not bad. That goes for all your personals. Whatever level they're at, you're getting 7%. Now start to duplicate that. Imagine if you brought in 10 people and they all brought in 10 people. That would be 100 people on your second level, in which you get 5% of everything that those people make. So if you had someone on your second tier making making 6,000 a month, you'd be getting 5% of that every month. So guys, let's recap it, and I'm done. You got retail profit. You got the one-time fast start bonuses based on the kits. It goes from 100, 170, and 335 for every fast start kit you personally enroll. Then we hit the team commissions based on the volume. These are the numbers. Then one-time rank up bonus, and then the team, or I should say the enroller bonuses that you make on all your people starting at Sapphire Apprentice. It's always the same: 7% on all your personals, 5% on all their personals. Pretty simple. This is a simple but yet extremely powerful compensation plan. I hope I didn't go too long. Hope you understand it. Watch it again. Write down those numbers I told you on the chart so you'll have it all as a reference point. Okay? Maybe down the road they'll add those in and put the other two so we'll have everything on one page. But for now, add them on. Okay? Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Let's rock and roll.